Subaru is an automaker that benefits from a very good and enviable reputation. And I'm convinced that one of the main reasons is that for the very most part, they've always delivered simple products. Okay, so there was maybe like the Subaru XT and the SVX, or even the turbo version of the GL, if you recall those models. Those were not huge volume models. They were very complex at the time. But for the most part, even into now, as we nudge against 2026, the majority of everything they do is basic, brilliant, and well done. And that applies to their very, very popular Forester. From the very beginning of this SUV, it's always been about purpose. Never about flash, never about, okay, so there was, versions of the Forester that were maybe a little bit flashier, but it was always about purpose. I mean, that applies to the Baja, if you recall the Baja, which was amazing, and even the Brat before it. It's always about purpose. And now, in 2025, Subaru has introduced, I think, the most purposeful version ever of the Forester in this, well, first of its kind for Subaru, Forester E-Boxer Hybrid. Even the way they produce, I mean, hybrid was once a complex game, yes. Today it's a very, very simple thing. However, it's very efficient. Subaru has managed to combine things that they've done forever, that they've mastered, joined some existing technology to their existing powertrains, and created what is probably, I can't say the smartest, because I have yet to drive the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, but I don't know, it's such an easy vehicle to deal with, to live with. There's nothing it can't do within reason, of course. And it'll always be there, and it'll even take you a little bit further than most other SUVs in its segment. Now, speaking of other SUVs in its segment, as far as hybrids that go in the compact SUV segment, Kia Sportage, I mentioned the Toyota RAV4, the upcoming Mazda CX-5, the no longer available CX-50 hybrid, Hyundai Tucson. I'm probably skipping a whole bunch. The Ford Escape being more or less done, had a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid. And there are probably others that I can't think of right now as I enumerate them quickly. Probably an upcoming RVR hybrid, if not an Eclipse Cross hybrid, one or the other, perhaps both. Anyhow, all that to say is that those vehicles, and this is my interpretation of them, are designed to kind of flash, kind of impress. The Subaru, no, just do what it was designed to do. In fact, when modern Subaru does things in order to flash or complicate things a little bit, it doesn't really work out. And I'll tell you now, and I'll show it to you after, and you've seen it before if you've watched videos on Motor Illustrated's YouTube channel. It's that giant 11.6-inch touchscreen display, which even now, years on in, and having spent countless hours with Subaru products, be it the Outback, not the new one, the Outback or the Ascent or the Forester or the Impreza, bye-bye Legacy, I still can't warm up to it. But that's about it. Maybe their EyeSight earlier on too, when they wanted to really take it to the next level, they kind of made it a little too complex, a little too nervous, but that's pretty much all settled at this point. Anyhow, in the following video, what I want to do is really just enjoy driving this vehicle a little bit more before it has to go back, because it ends up being a Subaru that just happens to be slightly more powerful and, well, good morning to you too, and more powerful because it's on, and much more fuel efficient. You know what, let's just start right with the old screen. So let's start it up. Oh, look at you. This is what always happens. Okay, typically that takes about 5 or 7 seconds to load the screen. The auto gods are on Subaru's side this time. What I really don't like specifically are the HVAC controls, which are very low. I mean, yes, the graphics are I mean, you can see what's going on. You do have the heating controls there, but for the fan, you know, it's never all that obvious. Things move around if you don't touch it properly. It's not especially user-friendly. Not a big fan, and also no cabled Apple CarPlay. This is wireless only, and that's quite annoying. I have the cable here because I had to recharge my phone, because I never charge on these because I'm always afraid it's going to overheat. Hey, past experiences dictate, you know, the way things will work. But okay, so this was a bad demonstration, but I promise you, this will irk you. All right, quickly, what will never irk you, clearly, is the amount of volume. And again, and I may repeat it, purpose, 838 liters of trunk space. It is wide, accessible, load height is perfect. I mean, there's really nothing negative to say about that. And the same applies to the interior space. The seats are positioned for adults. There's still a generous amount of walk-through for the kids. They are comfortable, they have plenty of room. And well, because this is a Premier, you know, you do have, you know, the suede, ultra suede, faux suede, whatever you want to call it, and various surfaces, including the leather and the suede on the seats, which happen to be quite comfortable. I mean, overall, the presentation, simple yet efficient. Might as well enjoy what is, in my opinion, the best part about the Forester. It's always the serene brilliance behind the ride quality, and always with more ground clearance than most SUVs should ever possibly hope to need. But Subaru insists, and for that, big thumbs up. 8.7 inches of ground clearance, a transmission, a suspension with plenty of travel, double wishbone in the rear, so handling is very decent. See, any bump, any irregularity, it's just soaked up effortlessly. Not an issue, not a problem. You have anything else for me? In the winter, I've driven so many Subarus in the winter, having owned a Subaru and driven it in the winter too. There's just something so easy about the way they operate. So, the powertrain, e-Boxer. So it's an electric motor, basically sandwiched between the CVT and the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter flat 4. Output is up to 194 horsepower from the basic 180, which is not really noticeable. You do get a sense that maybe off the line the electric motor does give you an extra push, but that was more already kind of visible and evident just because of the CVT and the power from the low-end torque from the relatively large 2.5 liter engine. But yeah, it'll happily get out of its way. I've been driving an Intelligent almost exclusively, and the fuel consumption average, it's not that bad. At least for me, looking at about 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. This is me driving. Our NCAN Subaru says that you can probably expect to average about 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is very reasonable. I think it's something like a near 40% improvement over the other version. So when I tell you the price difference, you can pretty much figure out that that 40% will help pay off the hybrid powertrain. I won't say quickly, but relatively quickly. As always, and I just love to quip about this, steering is so Subaru. It's just a little awkward, but so full of character. I don't know how else to put it, because there isn't really any other way to put it. You know, brakes feel fine. It is just, again, the purpose. This is to drive, and now it has a hybrid powertrain, and it's just that much more fuel efficient, but nothing will ever stop it. You have X mode as well. If you get stuck in one of these, I don't know, you'll have to send a Wrangler, because a CRV or a Tucson or whatever, they just won't do. Okay, now that we're back, we can talk about pricing. 2025 base convenience retails for $33,695. At the other end of the spectrum is the Premier, which is $45,195. Pricing for the 2026 model year is already out, and it's about $500 more per trim. This is a 2025 e-Boxer, which is only available in Premier trim in 2025, and it retails for $48,195 for that's an extra $3,000 for the hybrid powertrain and a few specific nuggets for this model. I don't know why I said nuggets, but you do get a 12.3-inch digital IP, the aforementioned 11.6-inch touchscreen display, and all of the cool stuff that I showed you before as well. The suede and the cooled seats, heated seats, and all of the above. Okay, so admittedly, the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid isn't the most exciting vehicle in its segment. I mean, I think I forgot to mention earlier the CR-V Hybrid, which is turning out to be very popular, but it is, and yes, the Forester is not that exciting despite being a top trim Premier. But again, and as I stated in the beginning, it's about purpose. And that purpose is very clear because I'm going to tell you a very quick personal story. My father was looking to purchase a new vehicle, and we searched high and low. And I know nothing, but just I know a little bit about cars. So because I know a lot about cars, or a little whatever, it was very difficult to come to a selection, to come to a specific model that would fit my parents' needs. And it came down to this. This is what it was. This is comfortable, spacious, efficient, and attractive. It's all of those things. It's none the best. But because it is so purposeful, well, they never got one because something happened. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that among all of these electrified compact SUVs, this I think might be the second or third most no-brainer out of the entire selection. Its biggest issue currently is that it's only, at least for 2025, because I didn't have the 2026 information when I shot this video, is that it's only available in the Premier trim, whereas in the US, you can get it in a number of different trims, which is the case for a lot of the competitors to the Forester Hybrid. Perhaps Subaru will fix that in the not too distant future. The first choice, and I haven't driven it, but I've read reviews, spoken to colleagues, and obviously it's exactly what you expect it to be. So it should continue to be the no-brainer of the bunch. Now, between the Tucson and the Sportage, which are very impressive, I mean, that's kind of like your number 2 podium. This one comes in probably around third. CX-5 Hybrid should be quite impressive as well, because the stakes are very, very high for Mazda when it comes to their CX-5 and putting a hybrid powertrain in it. Anyhow, bottom line, this is a fabulous electrified compact SUV.